Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite Wednesday night wrestling podcast, regularly scheduled Hostilities, with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, wearing the same colors as Chuck Winchester, Yvonne DeBoard, and wearing the same colors as Chuck Winchester and Yvonne DeBoard, the current RSH heavyweight champion of the world, Josh DeBoard. All right, guys, we are just, 5 days away? Is that math from Hell in a Cell? So that should be a fun pay-per-view. We got all of that information coming up, along with the outcome of Raw, the outcome of SmackDown, MJF. There's some shit going on there, and so much more. So glad you all joined us, and let's just get right on to it. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good, and I got to say fuck you to Crazy About Pro Wrestling's wrestling group.
Oh,
for declining to put our podcast in there because I called Tony Khan a jackass.
Well, to be fair,
I mean,
he kind of is.
I apologize for being truthful.
I mean, not to be like a boomer or anything, but Tony Khan, cut your fucking hair. Like, come on,
right?
Man. Anyway,
and shut your mouth too, please.
That as well.
Please.
But whenever he talks, I'm not one to use the word twerp, but when I see Tony Khan with his mouth open, all excited, saying dumb shit, I just think twerp. It's the only time in my 34 years of life I've ever actually used the twerp in a serious manner.
I imagine him being older. I didn't realize he was that young. That's weird.
He's like 38, isn't he? Like 38, 39, something like that.
He's a creepy looking guy.
Just a twerp.
Well,
He is.
Come on, man.
And like Chuck said, cut your hair.
766 days.
Yeah. And counting. Yvonne has one more shot at using that Money in the Bank briefcase she acquired almost a year ago. 1 month off of a year ago. What is that, 11 months? 11 months ago. Are you ready?
Let's see.
Well, let's do something we never do and start with AEW.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Not their pay-per-view that was apparently less than satisfactory this weekend.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but I'm glad to see him
start with
champion.
the only thing that newsworthy that seemed to come out of that. Tony Khan and MJF. MJF is pissed off because they keep bringing in all these ex-WWE guys. Are making 5-6 times more than him. He's featured every week in the highest rated segment. I think it said 9 weeks straight. His segment's done over 1 million.
Yep, I believe that.
So, and he just put over Wardlow to where Wardlow's like a fucking bona fide superstar now.
Yep.
Sure.
So Wardlow to me is now their second biggest homegrown talent that they have on
Outside
that
of
roster
MJF.
outside of MJF.
Yep,
So he's responsible for most of their success as far as building their own talent. So what are your all's thoughts on this whole situation? Because it looks like they did announce, I did check, they did announce an MJF segment for tonight on Dynamite, which is probably the only part of Dynamite I will check out because I have episode 6 and 7 of Stranger Things I need to finish tonight from season 4.
I started at season 1, so I still have a few seasons to go till I get there.
Oh,
But I had to rewatch 1 through 3 because I forgot stuff.
Oh, dude, 4 is fucking intense.
Is it awesome? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Well, I'll probably have it done by next Thursday. So
So all it says is AEW
Wednesday.
presents Dynamite. We will hear from MJF 8 o'clock. I mean, that's all it says.
well,
No,
that's a big viewership draw, I'm sure.
but yeah. So let's see who we got. Some people in the comment. There's Del Rio. Speaking of AEW marks, there's Del Rio. I'm sure he'll tell you it was the greatest show of the 21st century.
Because he meets about everybody. We see your pictures, Del
But anyway,
We get it. You know MJF, personally.
What
we
are
know,
your
you know
guys'
Britt Baker. We get it.
what are your guys' thoughts on this whole thing? Because it looks like MJF is inevitably going to end up in WWE at some point.
Well, we've all said that from the beginning, I think. He's too big of a star to not go to, the major promotion at some point in his life. If it's all legit and not storyline, it possibly could be. You never know in professional wrestling. But I'd be the same way, I think. I've been here since day one. Obviously, I'm popular. Why do we have these jackasses
Wasn't him
coming
going
in?
off on Bret Hart, like one of the biggest things to come from their first pay-per-view?
Probably.
Didn't he come out and just shred Bret Hart,
Sure.
the pieces on the mic?
Dude, he was on Stone Cold's podcast before AEW was taking off.
Yeah, he's been newsworthy since he's been there.
Agreed. Absolutely. And so, if I was in that position, 3 years in the making, and we got these jackasses who nobody honestly really cares about anymore. I'm not saying that in a negative way, but they're not draws. People aren't tuning in for these people, and they're making that much more than me. I'd be fucking pissed. I'm a firm believer that full-time wrestlers deserve more money than part-time wrestlers.
I would be very upset
and,
if Ruby Soho made more money
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Or
would
Tony
too, yeah.
Storm.
Absolutely.
Or fucking now Ember Moon's like.
Yep, she's there now.
Absolutely.
I know they showed out like $4 million for Daniel Bryan or something.
Yeah.
Like,
And Daniel
I
Bryan's
get that.
one.
Yeah, but like
he makes
Bryan,
sense.
Moxley, Punk, Keith Lee, Adam Cole, like they're just
Yep.
they said there's about 20 wrestlers that make more than him. It's like what the fuck? Like
Punk and Bryan, I think, should probably make more than MJF.
but I could argue that MJF was the only reason the Punk fucking thing worked. He was the best part of the Punk beef.
That's debatable, but other wrestlers you named, absolutely, he should be making more money than as a
Absolutely.
full-time AEW from the start. But he did sign a contract, so but at the same time, I'm glad he shows up. As long as he doesn't walk out of the company
Yeah,
like other people,
That way,
He showed up.
He
then
showed up and does his job.
absolutely, and that's that's important. But I'd be in the same boat. I'd be pissed. So
All you can do,
I'm
and
back at MJF.
I agree. He deserves better. I mean, like we talked about on the show, all the stuff he's done. He deserved better. Tony Khan, wake up. What more does he have to do to like please you or whatever you're doing? I mean, good lord.
I mean, really, like Josh just mentioned, he's arguably the person who
He
made that
is.
CM Punk angle work. And
He did.
in the last couple of months, that's all I really pay attention to. I watched all of that feud on YouTube, nothing else. With the CM Punk and MJF feud. So I don't
We'll
have
run
TBS.
this under
so.
the bottom line when we talk about
I'm not surprised.
for
this
various points of the show. I'm
happened.
just going to run this until he's free. Hashtag free MJF.
I saw you posted on Facebook last night.
We're going to that is going to be on our Twitter.
Doesn't I'm not surprised this.
And
happened, so.
today he liked a bunch of tweets from Wade Keller, which was saying like Vince is ready to fucking bring him in. They said the fact that the way they've booked Cody has like AEW wrestlers being like, all right, we're more inclined to go there.
Well, that's going to be a one. I'm not saying a one off, but those wrestlers shouldn't expect that same treatment. Let's be honest. MJF, I think, could be treated well. Now, I think Triple H, if it was real, again, I didn't look into it to see if it was real or not, but Triple H may have, if real, posted a tweet saying, "Come on over. The grass may not always be greener, but the cheese is."
No, he put it on
money.
He put it on Instagram.
So that was real.
Like, and he photoshopped like them pointing.
Yeah, so that was real.
Yeah,
That's why I saw. I wasn't sure it was real or not.
I don't have Instagram, so I kind of like go
I don't
Sure.
like but
And
that,
so
that was real.
that's good. And so that's good. And and like Triple H said, it might not be grass greener situation, but the money
And they
is.
said like his interview that he did over one of the pay-per-view weekends, he didn't go through AEW's people and tell him, he just did it. And then he put over Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon and Triple H, and he just talked about how great they are, and that pissed Tony Khan off. Then they don't go over promos because that's not important to know what they're going to say. So he just went off on a tangent one Dynamite talking about how great Vince was and he's going to go there. So it's like,
I think that's good.
there you go.
I mean, you got to make shit happen for yourself. So I mean, I'm all for it. As long as he shows up to his job because he is under contract.
Yep.
I don't like when people break their contracts because that's a shitty way to work. That screws over other people. But as long as he shows up to his job, I'm all for him talking out.
He's still doing good. So he's probably one of the best things by AEW and everything
All
he
right,
does.
I think he's 1,000% right.
So I'm looking at for you, all you listeners, you can't see me, but I'm watching, I'm bald and I'm watching the glare on camera bounce off my forehead and I can't stop looking at it. So it's unreal.
And when I've watched AEW every Wednesday, MJF comes out and he always constantly says how unhappy he is. That's awful. You know, how you're a hard worker and you're constantly unhappy. You deserve better.
Absolutely.
He's been doing this here the last couple of weeks. He's like, I'll just leave. MJF, you deserve better. You know you do.
All right, so I'm going to try this.
It's
I don't know how this will come across, but this is Tony Khan. All right, so this is Tony Khan responding to a question where Eric Bischoff said that CM Punk was the biggest financial flop in the history of AEW and professional wrestling.
Hold on. Do you have Bluetooth on there?
Yeah.
I'll make this quality better for everybody. I'll turn this Bluetooth on.
Bluetooth is on.
Connect that shit. You should be able to.
What's it going to be?
It should pop up. You might be able to just to tell.
Because Tony Khan, I don't know if he ran out of cocaine or what, but he went off on a tangent. There it is.
Yeah, if you want, I probably didn't hear it. I just see the shit on Facebook and like,
All right,
what
it
it's worth.
says it's connected.
Cool.
So let's
It
see
should
how
play.
this goes. Bear with us. I think it's the first time we've actually tried this.
I've used Bluetooth for phone calls for like other podcast stuff, but I've never used it for like audio. But I'm sure it'll work.
See what happens.
Real question is, you had like a little bit of a
Yep.
Twitter war not too long ago with Eric Bischoff, where he, and I quote, he said that you were the biggest financial flaw in wrestling.
That's fucking bullshit. I can tell there's only one person that can attest to that. I don't know what other people. I can only attest what's happened here and public record, and some of these things are a matter of public record because things of freedom of information and stuff. So we do, have over the years a good amount of financial data in pro wrestling. I can tell you, like, no one wrestler has ever come in and made a bigger plus delta financial difference in the history of my company. Going into this is the 3rd year anniversary this week, going into year 4. No one person has ever made a more positive impact. We just did a record pay-per-view buy. Every pay-per-view, he's done a 4 pay-per-view cycle now. Every one of them was the record. Whether it was All Out, where he was a huge part of the draw with Darby, and his debut, of course, is a huge thing from the first dance, the biggest Rampage draw in the history of that show. The matches, he carried the Friday Night War, which, by the way, is a matter of record in fucking court in the state of California that we won the Friday Night War. Just ask Jerry McDivitt because he fucking wrote it. And this guy won it versus Matt Sydal, who's a great wrestler. He had another goddamn great match on Friday night. This fucking guy, he fucking did the Friday Night War. He did the first dance. He's done the record Double or Nothing. He did the record All Out in his debut. He was a big part of a record Full Gear, a great match with Eddie Kingston, and he wrestled a bunch of young guys, a bunch of veterans in between there. Will Hobbs, Daniel Garcia, goddamn it. And then he showed up, did the biggest program in terms of everything, TV, box ever with MJF. And then he did the goddamn main event here. He's the biggest part of financial success in the history of this company. Let's fucking go.
We got to put Ethan behind that.
Yeah, good answer. I will.
So who is he talking about?
All right. That is not how an owner of a company should act.
I
That is an owner of a
didn't hear
company
it, but
that's
I
either
don't
having
even want
bad
mine.
side
I
effects
didn't.
off cocaine or
Oh,
ran
you
out.
couldn't hear it. My bad.
No, that's all right. No, I do it.
That.
I believe what he does.
So
Who was he talking about, though?
Eric Bischoff said that CM Punk was the biggest financial disappointment in the history of professional
referring
wrestling.
to that. I
And
got
then
you.
Tony Khan lost his shit.
I disagree with Eric Bischoff's statement as well.
I do not, because they haven't made no money. And
They're staying aboard.
they're in the red. They're staying aboard because he's got a rich father that's like a fucking worth like $10 billion.
Every company takes 5 years to get a profit.
Well, that's not what he said was going to happen. He also said he wasn't going to fill his roster with ex-WWE guys, and
Yeah, he did say that.
actually,
And a big problem is he's paying these guys too much.
and their biggest facilitator for that is back in WWE right now. So
that's he actually is big part of that.
anyway, not a big fan of I just think of it this way: like if Vince went on a press conference and was like, "God damn it, fucking Roman Reigns, the fucking man, the biggest WrestleMania fucking ever. God damn it, motherfucking god damn it." I mean, people would be
That's
like,
experience.
"All right, bro, you got to
Like,
fucking
you
go."
own a company.
That's experience.
This is a bad look. This is
Bad
embarrassing for
business.
them.
It's embarrassing.
It was a
Yeah.
bad. I mean, you even said your dude Cruzy, who will go out of his way to find reasons to tell us why everything's so great, said it wasn't even a good paper. Like it was okay.
Lackluster.
And most of the AEW fans that I know was like, I'm glad I didn't buy it.
That's sad.
It's
It's a bad look for your
this is
company.
just me. He's a jackass. Like
He's
he really is.
He's
Like
embarrassing.
crazy about pro wrestling, go suck a dick. Like he really is. Like this dude touts winning a Friday Night War that he didn't win. I mean, Rampage.
What Friday Night War was he talking
They went
about?
head to head with SmackDown they won a
When did they go head to head?
when Matt Sydal fought CM Punk, they won like a 3-minute time period of between 8 to 10.
Oh, was that when like SmackDown was like ending and Rampage was
Yeah.
starting? Okay,
Like they came on at like 9.
that's not a war, man.
So but they won because Jerry McDivitt, who the fuck that is, said so. So
Wow.
CM Punk won the Friday Night War. Rampage.
I know they won the Wednesday Night Wars, but
I know
I didn't know
that,
there was a Friday Night War that happened.
I know that
I didn't
Rampage hit 322K Friday, which is not good.
Well, it's a Friday night 10 p.m. No shows don't do that.
And I mean, but you're booking Daniel Bryan. I
Well,
mean,
the problem is
all
they
their big stars.
They shouldn't do that time slot. That's a terrible
They're
time
trying to
slot.
outbeat
we
SmackDown.
said that for a long time.
Yeah, it's
but
terrible.
Tony Khan, he knows better.
They try to outbeat SmackDown. They don't, and they're
Look
you're
at this
never
guy.
going to. That's
Look at this guy.
embarrassing.
This is why the Jaguars haven't won a fucking playoff game in like 20 fucking years too.
That's
Because
what
he
the
runs his wrestling
Jaguars
company
look.
about as good as his dad runs his football
The
team.
Jaguars
That's
do.
how the Jaguars
effing suck.
players
They
look
fucking
when
have
they
sucked
win a
forever.
football game. That look right there.
I mean, they signed Tim Tebow. Never mind.
Yeah.
But like,
No, he's a professional. I agree. That's
he's
a
completely
terrible
bad
rate.
look.
professional.
Mhm.
It's constant shots at WWE make him look petty.
Yes.
3 years later.
CM Punk, the only reason he's involved because he's just as fucking petty as Tony Khan is. And I
Let's see
watched
what's
this
up.
clip on YouTube of Triple H going in on CM Punk where he said, the only change you fucking want is when you're on top and you're a martyr. And if you're CM Punk ain't winning, you don't fucking care about
Triple
change
H
of
is
wrestling.
right.
You just and he is God damn it, did he fucking nail that?
He did. He's
Because
right.
CM Punk was kind of treading water here for a while. We talked about it before we took our vacation.
Sure.
AEW's just kind of going.
Sure.
He's fighting Daniel like nobody cares
Well,
about Daniel Garcia.
again,
I get it.
And we've said this from day one. I've always believed this when it comes to professional wrestling, and WWF will tell you from the fucking the Attitude Monday Night Wars. It's not about the names on your roster; it's about how you do your
We
story.
got to build a story.
And WCW had Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Bret Hart, all of these huge guys at the time, and WWE still won
And
because
their
they built The Undertaker,
biggest-
Stone Cold, The Rock,
And guess what their biggest storyline going into this pay-per-view was? The Adam Cole.
Adam
The
Page.
fucking Adam Page and CM Punk build was a fucking joke. Nobody even cared about it.
Yeah,
They did.
I mean, all everybody's
I
happy
can't
he
attest. I
won,
don't
but,
watch.
like,
I can't attest.
the build was trash. And then their best build was Wardlow and MJF. And
That's-
guess what MJF's doing? He's trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
So, I
That's,
mean, what is he really doing well?
and I know people were mad about that.
He already
match,
lost
too.
Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not a big Cody guy.
I am.
But
none
that's
of
a
us are.
huge- when
None
he
of us
left,
on the shows.
That's a huge loss.
I give Cody a lot of respect for
It
that.
it really
And it's
does
very,
say something.
very telling to me
It says
that he
something.
So
left.
where Cody Rhodes
Because
left,
Cody was the bit.
yeah, he was.
Was he not the first guy to like go pursue this shit? Like
Yeah.
go to
Yeah, he
Ring
was.
of Honor,
For-
book that big pay per view.
Yeah,
that was all
because
his thing.
somebody, I don't know who it was, maybe Dave, I don't know these people, so you might know more than I do, but somebody said, that no other company could sell out this arena other than WWE. So Cody said, challenge accepted.
And
They
he
did
did.
all in,
He did.
and that was like the start of what became AEW.
So your biggest advocate is back in WWE, main eventing and killing it so far in his run.
Yeah.
Like main eventing, and I do love.
Main eventing without titles being involved.
It doesn't. It,
Right.
it don't matter though.
Either
Like he's
one.
main eventing Raw.
Yep.
He's fucking everything. Like their segment on Raw was the best part of Raw.
I didn't watch it.
Like,
I did see Rollins
And
went in.
Seth went in.
I saw his quote.
He said, "You and your little buddies try to take down what I built."
I saw that quote.
and you couldn't. That's why you're back. And he said, "You can't take a sledgehammer to the throne and
There
come
was a
back
lot of
here."
personal.
Hey,
That's awesome.
that's good
personal.
shit.
That's
Because
good shit.
that's exactly what Cody did.
I remember
He did,
we
yeah.
made fun of that shit so bad.
And
then he had the balls or the audacity to say,
Seth,
"Oh, that was about Triple H."
Yeah, no
Yes.
shit.
Yes, it was.
Obviously.
Seth told Cody, he's like, the reason you left because you sucked. That's why you left.
Basically,
He did. That's what he said to him. He's
And
like, you
then
stink. That's why you
it's
left.
it's
He
a
was right.
it's a bad look. Like him spazzing out.
I agree.
They need like I said last week, they fucked up not making William Regal their
Yes.
authority figure on TV.
William
I agree
Regal
with
did
that.
a
Tony
great
Khan should
job.
not be. I agree with the Vince McMahon theory is like Vince should not be your guy on TV. We know who runs shit.
Yeah.
But you got Adam Pearce is kind of their guy, which is fine. You want an
He's-
authority
yeah.
figure, not the booker to be the authority guy all the
To
fucking
be
time.
fair, Vince is kind of incorrect because him versus Stone Cold is what made WWF win the Monday Night Wars.
Tony Khan is not
Ah.
doing anything like that.
The
Tony
problem
Khan
is
spazzing out on
Vince was
stage.
believable.
Yeah, like Vince McMahon is good at his job.
Yeah.
Tony Khan is good at borrowing money from his father, buying all these wrestlers. And-
well, to be fair, Vince bought WWF from his dad
he
too.
buys all
but-
these wrestlers that complains.
Yeah, but he
that
built
they
it after
push
that.
and push
He did.
and
He
it's-
turned it into something else.
Like this,
Yep. He started buying territories after.
they're averaging the same amount of people every week that they averaged 2 years ago. So are they really growing? And they're
Yeah,
still
Vince-
in the red. And their
Vince
video
Rude.
game that they announced 2 years ago is still not fucking out yet.
Yeah, they don't want to
But
rush
that's
that.
either here or there.
Y'all remember the TNA video game, right?
Oh,
Oh, you don't? Yeah, exactly.
I never watched it. But anyway, yeah.
TNA made a video game
I
after
wish
Hulk
they, I
Hogan
wish
came,
they
and it was
had
really
Regal
bad.
So
running AEW. I really
I
did.
just thought this was a really bad look for Tony Khan.
bad look.
Regal totally should have been a GM. He killed that role in WWE like what 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Like I mean, he still
I
did
could see
a great job in
AEW being
NXT.
different if William Regal was in charge.
He's good at it.
He's really is. What he did to NXT, he did a great job.
I did see on a positive note when it comes to AEW is like every week William Regal and Daniel Bryan work like they get to the ring or the arena early in the day and teach everybody no phones
Sounds
allowed.
good.
It's a big training session for the younger talent.
Regal's
Yeah,
doing
So that's good.
Don't go to the AEW watches page
Well,
because they've been working with the women.
the
and,
same thing could be said about
Oh,
WWE when it comes to botches.
You got to pray for a miracle for that.
And not to the degree of this. This is pretty bad. It's
Their
rough.
division.
AEW botches, shout out. They fucking talk to me all the time on Twitter, dude. It's pretty fucking bad.
Tony
But,
Khan,
the women in
about, you
AEW
need to
do
fix
suck.
your women's division.
Women in
Quit worrying about
AEW,
your
it's rough.
superstars. Fix your women's division.
But anyway,
It's a joke.
let's transition to positive news.
Yeah.
Still hashtag free MJF.
There we go.
Bray Wyatt is
Yep.
tweeting again.
All
So
right.
let me start with
Back in the game.
kind of how this came to
We've called that on this
fruition.
show. We've been back and forth.
He
about
tweeted
this.
out, everything good that has ever happened to me first came at a period, horrible suffering. I don't ask why. I just wait for the rough part to end. I was chosen for whatever reason, and I've got shit to do. It doesn't hurt anymore. It burns. I'm ready now with a red circle, which is apparently means he's going full circle.
Oh, shit.
I'm tired of watching. I'm tired of hearing irrelevant clowns speculate on how I'll be perceived. Tired of hearing about my greed, my desire questioned. Wherever and whenever I decide to return, I'll remind everyone why they know my name again and again. Believe in me. Hashtag I found it. Patience. It's almost time. And he tweeted out a profile pic of a butterfly upside down dead, but it does have the Fiend face,
It does.
which is owned. He
That's
can't
it.
go to AEW and be the
Sure.
Fiend. That's that's a
The
WWE
Well, that's-
trademark.
well,
So-
that's exciting.
That is exciting.
So apparently Wyatt 6 and the 666 shit, it all adds up somehow. Some dude on Twitter, Chan Mar or whatever the fuck it is, I follow him. Chan Man, I think. But I'll read his tweet. Yeah. Bray Wyatt is going by Wyatt 6 on Twitter. June 6th, 2022 is 666 if you add up each number in the year. And that day also falls on a Monday.
Fucking Da Vinci Code.
So
Oh wow! Think he'll be on Raw?
we'll go with Bray Wyatt returning to wrestling. I was going to ask good or bad. That's obviously a great thing.
Great thing.
I think
Where
so.
should he go? AEW or
Oh.
WWE?
WWE.
WWE. I mean, he'd do good in both.
Where do you guys
But-
think he's going to end up?
I won't see him in
Oh.
AEW, so I want him to go to
WWE.
WWE.
If he goes to WWE, what show will we want him on?
It
Raw?
doesn't
That's
matter.
their
Doesn't
merge
matter. That's
now.
right.
They're merged
Yeah.
until the draft
That's
happens
right.
again.
That's right. I forgot.
I
keep forgetting
think-
that.
I think there's two possibilities of this. I think one, he attacks Cody at Hell in a Cell,
I'll be down.
Me too.
or two, he attacks Cody at fucking Monday Night Raw on Monday.
I'm also down.
Because
I
I
have
think
it too. Going after Cody.
Cody
Yep.
winning Money in the Bank is so fucking like predictable right now that
Sure.
I think Bray's gonna play a role in that.
I think.
That'd be cool.
Or Bray could go after Seth at Hell in a Cell because that full circle, remember the biggest debacle
Yeah.
of Bray's career
Yep.
was that Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell against Seth Rollins.
Seth-
Also, full circle.
Yeah.
Sorry, to be
No,
go
you're
ahead.
fine. You're good.
Also, full circle is back in the early NXT. Husky Harris
Yeah.
and
Was-
Wyatt was
That was
under
his
Cody
name. I
Rhodes.
keep forgetting
The
his name.
mentor shit.
Yep.
So there's a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
If I was
Lot of
bet, if he
unfinished
comes
business
back,
there.
I bet you it has something to do with those two motherfuckers. And
Now-
it being
Yeah.
the third time,
Mhm.
we've already seen great match, which it's going to be a fucking great Hell in a Cell match. We already know
They'll
that.
tear it
But
down.
like,
They will.
lights go out, that music hits,
Love it.
fucker pops up from under
Who's
the
he
ring
gonna
or
call?
something.
Who's
Love
he
it.
gonna
Yeah,
call?
like
Yep,
it's
perfect.
possible.
I was really bummed when he was fired, and I'll be really happy if he
I
does
think
come
that
back.
he got probably burnt out.
Sure,
Which
that
there was
happens.
reports of it. Vince was
Yeah.
sick of his shit. Like, all right,
Oh,
look,
boy.
whatever they were doing worked. Even as bad as some of the booking decisions were, the dude
It
was
was
fucking
working.
money.
That's
Every
Bray
time he
Wyatt's
was on
talent.
He
screen,
was, yep.
like I think they realized, and I think Bray realizes looking now, like this is the place to make money. Like this is the place
Mhm.
to be. If you
Place
want
to
to
be.
reach your fullest potential, end up in Hollywood, which he looks like. I think he's got a movie where he's in that comes out sometime next year,
We'll have to
which
see
is part of
that.
why he's been gone. But I think he knows where the.
I mean, he
What
was
is-
fired. That's why he was gone.
Right.
I think he knows where the
Right.
fucking money's at.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
where his character.
No one can
Does he
argue that.
want to get? And the fact that he changed his name, even something that little though,
That's
it
cool.
does mean something because he could have kept his Windham name or whatever,
Sure.
and he's using the fucking and he changes. I mean, that's the Fiend, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And this is
Yeah.
probably an accident, but Pat McAfee did say the Fiend at
yeah,
Backlash.
he was like, "Is that the Fiend in the crowd?"
Yeah, he did.
If the Fiend comes back, I'm giving Pat McAfee 1,000% credit for that.
right.
Well, tag
Like he
him.
knew.
Thank you, Pat McAfee.
Oh, dude, Pat McAfee's great, and Pat McAfee also announced January 1st, 2023, sports betting is legal in the state of Ohio.
Oh, there you go. You did good when we were at Indiana.
I won 90. I've made one fucking bet, and I won $90 on our way to St. Louis.
In the car.
You did on the way there.
I bet on the way there, cashed in on the way back.
Hell
So
yeah.
that means
What's
I
up?
can bet on the fucking Super Bowl. I can start betting on these pay-per-views that I've won like 766 days. I can actually fucking make
some money off
of
that
them.
shit.
So yeah, and then I can bring the Vegas odds into this shit.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
or the Ohio odds.
Last time,
Well, it all goes together.
like Josh said, last time we seen the Fiend, he was in Hell in the Cell with Seth, and Seth
But
did
yeah.
destroy me. I had him on a
So,
stretcher and
I'm
everything.
just
That's the last
wearing-
time we saw him.
I got this shirt at my parents' house, which is why I normally wear it here. And
Nice.
It's one of my favorite shirts. But it just happens that like this is a possibility.
That's awesome.
That is true.
Well, you do got Elias back.
I like it.
I'm sorry, Ezekiel.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Elias is
all
not
my,
back.
All my
No,
people,
I'm sorry, it's
all my
Ezekiel.
It is
people are
Ezekiel.
back.
Yep.
All my fucking people.
Elias
are back.
is not back.
But I agree.
It's his younger brother
I'm a
without the,
big
without
fan
the
of-
beard.
I'm a big Ezekiel fan.
Oh, jeez.
On this past row, I loved watching
But it's
Kevin
exciting. Like
Owens and
Josh
Sami
said,
Zayn.
Fiend, I see him going after Cody or Seth too. He
Oh,
has
dude,
a-
and Kevin Owens on fucking Brawl Talk was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like they cut him off, then he
he's like, what do you
busted
mean
doing
cutting
Becky's
off?
segment.
No, this past week I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I mean on
like-
SmackDown.
He interrupted Becky's segment.
Oh, did he?
He's like, what do you mean I'm getting cut off? I'm not finished
Yes,
here.
this is an actual.
You gotta love Cody.
This
Yeah, he's
is an
awesome.
actual possible thing, and this
Yeah.
came to light yesterday.
So this MJF and Bray Wyatt shit just hit yesterday
That's
or
interesting.
Monday.
I mean, it's interesting. MJF, without doubt, and probably not for a while because I think his contract is still through what 2024 or some shit.
January 1st of 2024.
So
it
unless he gets out
expires.
of it,
So like
be
the
a
Royal
while.
Rumble in 2 years will
Right.
probably be his debut.
but he'll be there. We've been saying that. I mean, he's too talented to not
Too tough to
move
be-
forward. And let's be
Cody
honest,
said he's been
WWE's where the
talking to
money
a
is.
lot of people
Yeah.
down there. So Cody's a huge advocate to get people
He
that
is,
become
yeah.
like when Vince is interested in this, some of those to get them down there.
I mean, it's one of those things. Now, and people on the internet, which they're not all incorrect, are
Right.
saying, well, if he does go, he'll be watered down, probably. But I think he's talented enough to still
don't
do
know.
it in a PG era. Like he can still say edgy,
Everybody
mean
thought
things.
Cody'd be a fucking joke when he got back, and Cody, there's nothing. Cody's
He's doing well.
Well, I mean, obviously MJF can't flip off kids at like meet and greets in WWE, but that's okay.
Right.
He can still make his character work in a PG era.
Now-
Oh, and I also want to point out Jeff Hardy having another fucking
Yeah,
attack.
that's all that.
So
Jeez, I've seen
yeah.
that.
maybe you should have stayed with WWE and not ran off. And
Yeah.
probably, a feud with Roman might not have been the worst thing for your career.
You're going
I'm
after the
just saying.
title.
I did see that the Hardy Boys are on the latest episode of Talk with Jericho, and they do, and Jeff does say his side of all of that. So I will listen to that probably tomorrow while I'm working. But I was glad to see they beat the Young Bucks because fuck the
Good.
Young Bucks.
Exactly, I agree.
But Jeff obviously does have
I
issues.
saw a lot of fucking parts of that match.
I did not.
Oh,
I saw
and
none of it.
It was a fucking botch.
I mean,
for
I didn't
both.
see any of it.
So
The Young Bucks are too choreographed.
Jeff looked fucking.
And
Jeff was missing all his shit.
Probably
they
high.
said backstage he was a mess before the
Oh, I
match.
bet.
You'll remember 2011 with him and
TNA,
Sting.
WWE, like it's a trend here, unfortunately for him. But yeah, I'm excited. Bray Wyatt was my favorite fucking wrestler. Right now, I don't really fucking have one because every time I like anybody, they disappear. So
That's fair.
Elias gone, Bray gone.
And when I like somebody, they get
Roman
hurt.
Reigns
When
now
they
he's
turn
on
baby
fucking
He's
face.
like
taking a
he's
sabbatical.
taking some time
Yeah.
off or whatever.
I
But,
think honestly, right now the most Kevin Owens is probably my current favorite wrestler. AJ Styles, but he's not doing anything that entertains me. But Kevin Owens, but like your boy Ezekiel, he's killing it.
The ones I like are
Yeah.
either turn baby face like Orton and Styles, which they are
Ezekiel-
horrible at it,
there's a lot
or they're
of
hurt. That's my
there's a
luck.
lot of shit.
You can turn this off now.
I'm going to disconnect my Bluetooth.
That's my luck with them. So
Well, like there's a lot of good shit going on.
But I gotta plug my computer in, guys. Shit, keep on talking. I gotta.
countdown. Well, we'll do a countdown when the Fiend's going to show up.
All right, I was going to ask you that, Yvonne. So when do you think we see him?
Oh.
Do you think it's Hell in a Cell, or do you think they drag this out? I think the best place to bring him back would be at Money in the Bank when Cody's reaching for the briefcase, and then he
That was
calls
going to
him,
be my third option.
and the lights go out, come back
Or
on,
my
Cody's
second.
just gone, and that's it.
I would.
Like, and then it's like, holy shit, is Bray back? And that's how you do it. Cody disappears, then Theory walks up there, grabs the briefcase, and that ends it.
Theory, yeah.
Because
I'd
I
be
think
all about that.
I think Theory wins it if Cody
That'd
does
be,
not.
that'd be good.
I mean, Bray Wyatt was always like one of my favorite things with him early on was when he would just take people. Like I remember, never forget when he just like fought Kane and they
took
beat him up.
They
and
took him.
And like so, dude. If,
Let's see.
I would love as a horror movie fan if Cody Rhodes just disappeared in the middle of a match.
And the lights
Fuck
come on, like, where's
yes,
Cody? I
absolutely.
would say Money in the Bank. That was my second. I was gonna say, or like a Monday Night Raw. And just like
I like that
said,
Money in the Bank
randomly
theory.
attack Cody. Like Cody's out in the ring talking, and the lights go out, and Cody's like, "What the heck's going on?" There's the Fiend.
I
doing his
hope to
move.
God.
He
So-
chokes him.
WWE has a shot, like no Roman,
Sure,
no Brock.
sure.
Thank God.
Thank God is right.
Thank you, God.
None of this.
Don't rush him back.
Ah,
Bray
Please
coming
don't.
back at Hell in a Cell would be the appropriate thing to give it the amount of buzz that it would want.
Be
Yeah.
huge.
Like to come out of
I
that,
love it.
they'd be fucking. It'd be the hottest thing going.
I'd be into it.
Yeah, and
But
I love the idea of him taking Cody, just disappearing at some point. That'd be
Or if
awesome.
we see him at Hell in the Cell, the lights go out, and Seth and Cody's like, "What the heck's
Cody's
going on?"
down and out, and Seth
Yeah.
gets the pin, and then it's like Seth got his win. Now
And
they
the-
can move on, and
I like that idea of him just being gone. That's fucking
Then
genius.
when the lights
I
come
love
on,
that.
I mean, that's his character. Like
Yeah.
Jacob,
he's here, and
and then Cody's gone.
it's like
What the
Seth's
fuck?
like, I guess I win. Like,
Yeah,
it's either
That'd be epic.
Seth stands tall or Cody does, and the lights go out, and the Fiend's standing right behind him. They're like, "What the
you can even
heck
take
is
it a step
this?"
further. Like the lights
Good.
go out, Cody's gone.
Yep.
Seth's like, holy shit, lights go back out, come back on.
Seth's gone.
Lights come back on. He's just standing there and he falls to his knees and goes, let me in. And then it ends. And it's like, what the fuck just
Or-
happened? Then the lights go back
This-
out. He's fucking gone again. And it's like,
This is gonna be.
then you
wild
leave
to
on a
say.
mind fuck. Then it's like, I have to watch Raw Monday
Sure.
to see what the fuck happened.
This could be wild.
And they've been booking Cody as the face of Raw since
He
he's been
is.
back.
they've been putting. He's a
fake.
picture on Hulu.
Yeah, he's the fucking on the money. He's on the. They put him on the. I like WWE's like advertising Money in the Bank at Double or Nothing. They had Cody's face on the bus.
He's on
And,
it.
like it was on the arena that they were in. Cody Rhodes' face, Money in the Bank, July
Yeah.
2nd. Like
That's funny.
I love it. That's something that AEW would do.
Yep, it's
This
pretty
would-
funny.
This would be wild to say if the Fiend would show up at Hell in the Cell, Hell in the Cell. He can climb up and he can do it on top of the cage, like let me in on top of the cell. You never know with him what he's gonna do.
It's fun. It's a fun possibility. I'll feel better about it once Dynamite's over tonight because of all the teasing and shit. If he shows up tonight, I'll be very disappointed.
bummer.
God, I
But,
hope not.
It'd be a bummer.
At 10:30 tonight, I'll let you guys know on Twitter how I feel because if he doesn't show up tonight, I think. But he did ask for like $4.5 million. Tony Khan was like, nah. And with him having issues keeping his own talent happy,
Yeah.
I don't think bringing in Bray Wyatt at that price tag is
Yeah.
very appropriate,
You don't
especially
deserve
since
him, Tony Khan.
he'll be on Dynamite and then he'll be on Dark and then he'll be on Rampage and then he'll be gone for a month.
He'll be
And
in
that's
jail
$5
for
million
within a month.
just sitting around. Because
Yep.
I mean, people
Yeah,
can say
they're
what they want. That's kind of the trend AEW's been doing. They
It
sign a
is.
big guy.
They're
Like,
gone.
they switch it. So with Cody gone, it used to be like bring in a new guy. Cody puts him over, be on Jericho's podcast,
Yep.
be on Rampage and Dynamite, then be on Dark, then disappear until, it's your turn again. Now it's debut, beat up Sammy Guevara, go on Jericho's
Which
podcast.
is good because fuck him. He's the worst.
and
Right. He's
then
still
go to
the worst. He
AEW
really
Rampage,
is. He's on
then go to
vacation,
Dark.
so we don't have to see him on AEW.
I just want to punch him in the face. If I ever saw him on a media grid, I'll just punch him in the face. I'll go to jail for a punch to the face and Sammy Guevara. I'll be an internet hero for
Oh,
punching that guy in the
speaking of
face.
that, I didn't watch the pay-per-view, but they said they had a mixed tag team match. I saw it on Twitter. He kicked his girlfriend instead of Scorpio Sky. He kicked her. He's on Twitter saying, well, I guess I'm on the couch tonight. I'm like, well, why do you put your personal bullcrap?
Was it an accident?
Yeah, it
Oh.
was. And then she's on Twitter saying she still loves him. Like,
The only good thing
same
about
person.
They're so gross. I hate them.
I know.
The only good thing about Twitter is
It's like,
when
I wonder why that.
shit like when we at AEW shit like that, I can get on there and I can see what happened without even having to pay attention to like.
That's my
The actual
Facebook.
show.
As soon as I pull Facebook up, there's whatever just the fuck
I
happens.
mean, they're
from all
good
the stuff that I
wrestlers, but
follow.
like, please. keep
But
your-
this is a show that we will be watching, so we can
Transition.
into our prediction. So this
Oh,
will be
Lord.
the last attempt at the Money in the Bank briefcase. So let's go over the
For
rules
me, yeah.
one more time.
That's
the-
all you.
Lord,
for
one
all
more.
the people that still
Oh, I have to do that. You can't even see me
for
on
all
camera.
the people that still don't understand how this works. The
Yep.
Money in the Bank briefcase is worth 10 points, as is every single match on a card. Right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6. If Yvonne were to tie me, she would have to cash in before the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I'm assuming this would be the main event.
Yep.
Before
It's a good
that
assumption.
match starts, as soon as one person as soon as that match starts, you cannot cash in. So the goal for her would be to be either tied or ahead of me going into that match in order to win.
Which I don't think is necessarily fair because in WWE, they add the Money in the Bank after the match starts. So we should let it cash in during the match like they did at WrestleMania
Edge
31.
cashed his in at
Well,
the end
let's
of the
just
night. Just
switch
saying.
our like 4-year plan.
Yeah,
because
WWE did.
nobody can win.
They do
No.
it all the time. Fuck, Brock Lesnar joined the match at the very end once.
Edge cashed his
That
in
was
at the
to
end of the
win
night.
Money in the Bank, not cash in.
Seth Rollins cashed his in to join the match
We're not WWE.
during the match.
Edge cashed his
I'm
in at
just
the end of
saying.
the match.
I'm just saying.
That was the last thing.
Well, now it's obvious. This element of surprise is gone. So, but anyway, we'll see if it even matters with some of these picks
We'll
because
see. Yeah, some of these picks are.
I'm not even sure I know the card, to be honest with you, other than Cody versus
you're
Seth.
you're in for a treat though. I got it.
Some of these are pretty.
So let's start with what I expect the order to be.
Not easy to pick, but there's two.
But
that's tough,
there's a
but-
couple matches added on Raw. So there's the beautiful the headliners for this one.
I do like Cody's jacket.
I do like the fact that Bianca's like getting put. I mean, she's the only champion fucking defending her belt at this one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair.
Rousey's.
She's the only
Yeah.
fighting champion. Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
I
What the
know,
fuck is
really.
Rousey?
Yeah, they're
Yeah, she's
saving them all.
worthless.
All right, speaking of champions,
Ugh.
Theory versus Ali,
Theory.
United States Championship
I got
match.
Theory.
Are we all on the same page when we say Austin Theory?
I don't see him losing.
I don't think Theory's going to lose for a while.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. No offense. On
Vince-
I think the fact
It's-
that they let Pat McAfee beat him was a huge deal at WrestleMania
Yes.
because
Sure, it
he's
was.
Vince's
Well,
protege.
He is.
Well, WrestleMania, the good guys tend to win.
Well, and it got overshadowed because of the Stone Cold shit. So people like
Sure.
they know McAfee won, but it's not like that's not like the big headline. The big
Sure.
headline is Stone Cold fucked everybody
Right.
up, and McAfee is
And he
laying on
left.
the ground drinking beer. Exactly. One of the
Exactly.
best gifs of all time.
WrestleMania is usually the rules don't
And
necessarily
it's
apply.
Ali's hometown.
Unless you're in the main
Poor
event.
Ali. That's gonna suck.
All right, so transitioning to match number 2, Ezekiel
Oh,
in his first pay-per-view,
We can't see him.
He's
you
such a
can't-
good rookie.
Kevin
Love Ezekiel.
Owens.
I don't want to see KO lose, but I want to see Ezekiel lose. It's his first match.
As
Pay-per-view.
good as Elias was, like
Oh, this is
obviously Ezekiel's older brother is good on the mic and stuff, but his younger brother owns the in-ring ability, man. I love Ezekiel.
Can we see him?
I got
lose?
KO losing.
Same.
I
I
got
Ezekiel
it.
wins.
Ezekiel's
His
gonna
first pay-per-view,
his
you're not
first
gonna
match.
put him
He's
to
gonna go
lose.
over, and
It's just gonna make
Kevin
KO
Owens is just gonna go even more fucking insane.
Sure, this is you're right. This is Ezekiel's like debut match, isn't it? Like again,
His
one
first
on one against
pay-per-view.
Kevin
And
Owens.
You don't
Kevin
wanna- you
Owens
don't wanna
does not
lose.
get hurt by this.
No, he does
so
not.
I think Ezekiel, this might be the first match of the night, and Ezekiel gets like a roll up win, and Kevin Owens is going to lose his fucking shit. I
Sure.
think that's what KO is going to be for a while.
Dude, I might, dude. Honestly, like I know we didn't talk about SmackDown, but I loved the KO show with Sami
Sami
Zayn.
Zayn.
Dude, Sami Zayn and the Bloodline
They're
is
so
like the greatest
funny.
thing ever.
KO's like, they don't like you.
Dude, I lost my shit when he said that. That's how friends talk to each other.
He's like, they don't like you, right?
I lost my shit. And then he was like, you know what? I was just kidding earlier. I was just lying. They're not the same person. They're not the same person. I was like, oh my God.
KO's like, they really don't like you.
I love how mad he gets. Like, they're the fucking same person. It's like,
God, I love
And
my
he wanted
shit.
him to join him on Raw.
They were so funny
I
together.
like them.
dude, they
together.
work together well. And like
They did.
Elias and
They're
KO
best
work
friends,
together
yeah.
really fucking well.
Yeah.
They got all that heat in
God.
Seattle that
Yeah.
one night where they couldn't even talk because he's like, oh,
That
you
was-
guys ain't worthy to have a basketball team here. And KO's like, oh shit. And they were like, Seattle's like, fuck you guys.
That's the thing that Vince should have saw in these two. They can do
Yeah.
that to a crowd.
Yeah.
I'll go with the better late than never
Right.
because so far this has been
That's fair.
coming off of fighting Stone Cold Steve Austin at Mania. I never thought I'd enjoy this storyline as much
Yes,
as I have.
do.
I agree. And I honestly, when I first saw Ezekiel, I'm like, what the fuck
He
is
came
that?
out and I was like, oh God,
Yeah.
now they're trying this shit. And then I was like, this is so dumb.
But it's
You
working.
did.
But
I
it's worked
remember.
perfect. And part of it, most of it's a good balance because KO's fucking performing his ass off.
Well, he always
And
does.
Ezekiel's
Yeah.
He
just
does.
like,
They're both that.
he's super chill.
They're both that
And
talented.
like the Alpha Academy's involvement and all this shit. And
Yep.
their match on Raw was pretty
That was
solid.
good.
I love it. Like I really wanted to make fun of that.
Kevin
Ezekiel
Owens
thing.
accidentally kicked fucking Chad Gable right in the mouth. Like, and he's like, fuck, Elias. And he's like, I'm Ezekiel. Like during the match, they're just yelling at each other. Like,
And he
he's
does
like,
this with his
you are
hand.
Elias. Like he's on the ring apron. Like, you're Elias. He's
You're
like,
a liar.
I'm Ezekiel. He's like, you're a liar. Like,
Oh, I love it.
We
I love
gotta
it. I love it.
record those on
All right.
Yeah, that's funny.
I love it.
You're a
transition
liar. Oh, don't be a hard one.
handicap match.
Oh God.
Omos
Man, I'm with her on that one. Oh God.
versus
This ain't hard
Omos
to
and
pick.
MVP versus Bobby Lashley.
So who won the last one? It was Lashley, right?
Lashley won because he threw him out of the cage and the cage broke.
Yeah.
Omos could be.
I've got Bobby Lashley pinning MVP
Me
to protect Omos and getting this
Me
win.
too.
Well, so far we're 2-0 with Lashley over Omos. Rex, he won at WrestleMania.
Mhm.
He won that cage match. So, but the fact that it is a handicap match, I completely agree with Josh. And MVP's getting
I
taking the
think
pin.
MVP's addition is just a
And
tip.
Omos, when you're in a cage
Yep.
match, you don't throw your opponent out. The goal is to not do
I
that.
guess
Well, we all remember 1997 when the Big Show debuted in WWF and threw Stone Cold through the cage
He
the
did.
exact same
He
way.
did. Just a little advice on us. I'm not a wrestler.
And then,
We all remember 25 years ago.
Right. I do remember that. He did.
then we'll go Judgment Day.
Oh man.
So Styles,
Yeah.
Liv, Balor
I hate to
versus
root
Edge.
against AJ Styles and
Ripley,
Balor, but Liv
and
Morgan being
Damian
there
Priest.
makes
That's
it
the
not.
third pay-per-view in a row we're seeing this shit. So is group going to lose for the first time?
No.
Or is
I
Finn
think-
Balor going to screw over AJ Styles and join the
I
Judgment
think
Day?
somebody in the group is going to cost them to lose.
I think we figure out who their fourth member is, and I think it's either Styles or Finn Balor.
I'm going with Balor.
It makes sense. Balor makes a lot more
I'm
sense.
going to be the
than
wild
Styles.
card. I'm going to say Liv Morgan just because I think she needs just help. Like I said last week, being in Judgment Day would help her. I think Edge could help her.
That's not captivating, though.
But I'm just throwing
I mean,
that
they already
out
got
there, see if
Ripley.
I'm right.
Yeah, it's going to.
'Cause I think you could team up Balor and Priest. And
Heck, it
then
could be one
Edge
of them
could run,
three. Who
make a
knows?
run for the main title, and then you could have fucking Rhea run for either fucking title
God,
she
yeah,
wants.
she's a.
Yep.
I mean, then you can
Heck,
do
it's
whatever
gonna be
with those
one of
two.
them three. We'll just see who.
But
it
I
is.
have Judgment Day.
I got
winning.
Judgment Day too.
I
Also
have Judgment Day
Day.
winning by crook, by
Yeah,
Balor or Styles turning.
or somebody.
More likely Balor, but I think Styles turning would be hilarious.
That would be. It'd be.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a swerve.
Somebody's turning. That's all we're gonna say.
Is he gonna call? If I can talk, are his kids gonna call Edge Uncle Edge?
Yes, I think
God.
if Styles is the one that turns, he should bring his kids to Raw on Monday and make them call him Uncle Edge.
Wearing the
on Raw.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been able to. No one's been able to stop Judgment Day. So I would.
I mean, they're brand new.
Why not?
All right.
I got Balor. I got Judgment Day winning with
Me?
Balor turning.
Yeah, I see Balor too.
Bianca,
Oh God, this is the tough.
Becky, and Asuka.
I know who we can eliminate as Asuka.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Asuka.
This is a tough one. You're not wrong. This is a tough
Because
one.
they keep adding Becky in these matches.
Yeah, she's
Becky
the worst.
being added always causes
Yes, because I picked her last time.
Yeah,
what's the word I'm looking for?
I know.
Discussion at the least, because when she's in, she's normally is the favorite right away.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
she is
me.
their top fucking woman wrestler.
Then Bianca ends up.
I mean, she's their top draw, I should say.
Yeah.
To be fair, Vince has a hard on right now for having longtime champions. So
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Bianca. I don't think we're gonna see a title change at this pay-per-view.
Man. I mean, he didn't have an issue ripping that shit off of her.
Well, because he
Yeah.
thought that Becky Lynch coming back right away would be a big deal.
I mean, it was. But they kind of played hot potato with it for a minute.
Yeah. So if Bianca would lose, Money in the Bank's next. So who the heck would win? I don't even know.
I recommend you do exactly what Josh does and then cash your Money in the Bank in. That's what I recommend you do. But that's just me.
This is tough. But I know we all can agree Asuka is eliminated. So
I mean, she lost on Raw.
yeah.
Her promos have been
You
awful.
never can. Well, she can't speak English.
She did. I'm not Asuka. I'm
Wow,
sorry.
I
Not
said that on the show.
not Asuka. I meant Becky. She did that stupid fucking Gollum from the Lord of the Rings
She did.
promo a few weeks ago, and that just made me roll my eyes.
Bianca. Let's see. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Asuka's promos are also terrible.
Like I said, it could be either one of these women. I mean,
Yeah, it could be.
you know how that goes with these matches. We all pick. I know one we picked all the same, and it's somebody different one.
It's not going to be Asuka.
It's Becky or Bianca.
It's not Becky or Bianca.
Jeez. You know what? I'm going all in. I'm going Becky. I'm going all in. It's tough.
It's going to be one of those two. Now watch Asuka win.
I know,
I'll
right?
flip.
That'd be really funny.
I'm trying to think, is like there anybody that's coming back to interfere? And no, because I
No.
figure Bailey will just end up on SmackDown
SmackDown.
because of Sasha and Naomi being gone.
That's
and then
fair.
if what they, I
I fucking go chalk. I think somehow
think Becky may
Bianca
get.
is going to win. I don't know how. I think she'll pin Becky too. She just beat Asuka, so doing it again would be redundant.
I'm going Becky. I'm going all in.
Or I mean, or it could further that feud. Or Becky says, "You never pinned me."
I just don't think that Asuka just fits.
Except for WrestleMania.
You know what I mean? Like,
I could see Becky winning, pinning one of them two, or just pinning Asuka, or doing like not cheating, but like her little stuff
I
that
just
she gets
think-
caught.
I'm going Bianca. It's close though. I'd give the odds like
This match is back and forth with this one.
50% or 49% Bianca, 48% Becky, and 3% Asuka to win.
I like
That's
those.
what I would give.
I like that. Yep.
It's barely Bianca for me.
Because it throws everybody off and they throw Becky in because there's a reason why she's in.
But then the match of the
Just to
night,
make it more
which will
captivating.
still-
Yes.
I think this match will steal the show,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
and I think this match will be very, very fucking good because
Should
of the talent.
they're
in the
all
match.
talent. Absolutely.
Yep.
But this match is going to be the match of the night.
Oh, jeez.
There's no fucking way it's going to disappoint. This feud has been fucking brilliant since
Absolutely.
WrestleMania.
I just wish it was 1-1, so this would be the third
Yeah.
one.
I just they're Cody's being built
Because
up.
like what with
Cody's
Edge
being
is-
built up to get that fucking belt at some point.
Sure.
Because like like with Edge and Styles, Styles is lost. He hasn't even had a chance to win.
But I'm going with Cody. He's so fucking hot.
I know
Like,
Seth. I got a
Cody's
shirt on.
red hot. I
was
know
planning
Seth
on-
losing 3 in a row, but Seth could just kind of run the KO thing, lose his fucking mind. I'm
what
fucking
he's
done. It could set up his next feud.
Sure.
And
well,
like
I
we
wore the
said
wrong
last
T-shirt
week,
for that. I plan on picking
he's
Seth,
sports
but now I'm
fight.
It's just-
debating on that.
When's the last time Seth Rollins has won something?
I know,
He
when's-
lost to Reigns at the Rumble. He lost to him at
When was
WrestleMania
the last time he
and
was in before
Backlash.
Cody?
he won.
So he lost against Roman. That goes the last time
Let me
he was
see.
in. Man, I enjoy.
But they
Seth.
could make this part of his story. Like
I enjoy him losing his mind
you,
like he has.
somebody calls it like on Raw or something. Whoever the fuck he fights next. So he lost.
Storyline was
The
Cody
last
needs to
time
win.
He won
does.
a pay-per-view was well, he lost in the chamber. It
And
was
then last time he teamed up with KO, that's right. They were tagged.
November.
Jeez. Ah, Lord, Seth does need it.
Hold on.
But
Let's
it doesn't
see.
hurt if he
Because
don't.
he hasn't won a pay-per-view match this year.
Jeez.
And his birthday was 2 days ago.
He hasn't won a birthday in 2020. He hasn't won a birthday. He hasn't
Won
won
a
a
pay-per-view, match this
pay-per-view
year.
in 2022.
No wonder he's
Nope.
pulling his hair
Last
out.
match he won was when Team Raw beat Team SmackDown on November 21st.
Oh my
Survivor
God.
Series.
Survivor Series. It was the
Well, no
last
wonder he's
pay-per-view.
going nuts.
At
He hasn't won.
day one, they lost to Brock Lesnar in that match.
Sure.
Elimination Chamber, they lost to Brock Lesnar and Saudi. And then WrestleMania, he lost to Cody. WrestleMania Backlash, he lost to Cody.
God.
In Rumble, he lost to Reigns.
Well, if you lost
Yeah.
that many times, I would lose my mind too.
Yeah, in the Rumble. Well, at the Rumble, he defeated Roman Reigns,
Oh, good point.
But Roman got.
but Roman got DQ'd.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
So he
for-
technically did win
Yeah,
the
so
Rumble.
he won the Rumble, but it was by DQ, which I'm assuming they did that to keep that wide open. For the
Sure.
future. So yeah, so the last time he actually won was the Rumble.
Well, that's tough,
That
but
is tough.
I do like that. Maybe Vince is thinking we'll add that storyline wise. So
Like Seth's gonna fucking struggle. I'm going Cody. I don't know when Cody's gonna lose. The only way that I see him possibly losing is if Bray does get involved here.
We'll have to
And I
see.
pray to God that he fucking does somehow. If he comes out and attacks Mustafa Ali on the pre-show, I will freak the fuck out just because Bray's
Heck,
back.
he don't even have to show up. He can just
This
like
is a chance
he can
for-
throw little
with
hits
Roman
with the
kinda
light
being
switches
gone
stuff. He can
And
do
like Brock being on a little hiatus until probably SummerSlam, they'll bring
SummerSlam.
all these guys
Yep.
back. I hear Cena's probably gonna come and
that.
fight Edge.
God, yeah,
Edge
I've
been
seen
taking
that.
shots
I
at
heard
Cena.
he has been.
He
So,
has been on the
Cena,
They had a great
or you
feud.
could do a John Cena versus Austin Theory at SummerSlam for the U.S. title because
I feel so old. They had a great feud 15 years ago.
I know.
I mean
Jesus
with
Christ.
John
That was a
Cena
good
coming
feud.
back most likely soon. You got the Roman will be back. Fucking Brock will be back.
But Brock can go slow.
I mean, you got
Take your
people
time.
like
We don't
Gunther and
have
shit that ain't featured yet, but they're going to be on that show that he's still fucking rolling on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's
Sure.
still
There's a lot to be
destroying
excited about going into SummerSlam.
I know.
But I'm going Cody.
Yeah, this is tough. 'cause
Again, Yvonne, I say you should do what he does and then cash your
I just
shit
feel
in.
bad I wore Seth's shirt for no reason. That's sorry, Seth. Because I plan on picking Seth, but now I'm not. Sorry, Seth.
Pick whoever you want because you got Becky Lynch. So
I know.
it only if Bianca wins, you're fucked. So if you pick Seth, at least helps your odds a little bit.
Yeah.
Right now, all your cards are on Becky Lynch.
Yeah, that one, again, I wish it was 1-1. If it was 1-1, Cody all
'Cause it
day
makes
long.
it interesting.
But like, since we're already going in at 2-0, either way, Seth loses the feud technically. So I'll go with Cody Rhodes just because he is like the guy right now. So we'll
I'll
go
tell
with
you right
Cody.
now, the Raw's Women title, the betting odds are like tight for Becky and Bianca.
Yeah,
I bet.
that
Seth
makes
and
sense.
Cody is fucking tight too. Bobby Lashley for so much an MVP is tight. Judgment Day is like overwhelming favorites to win.
Sure,
Ezekiel and KO is fucking super tight too. Theory's an overwhelming favorite to beat Ali.
sure.
So
Seth
I mean,
and
most of the
Cody?
matches are tight.
So you said this matches?
Yeah, I mean it's close.
Oh, they're all
Cody's only 225 odds, which means basically the closer to zero they get, the more even it is. So
Sure.
225 is not high. Like by example, like Austin Theory's 450, Judgment Day's 350. So they're like Bianca Belair is only 200 favorite. Like that's the closest match. No, I'm lying. Ezekiel's only 150 favorite over KO. I think that match could literally go either
Yeah.
way.
Oh, absolutely could.
'Cause I could see KO cheating a win, and
Sure.
and just continue. I beat you, Elias, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
Judgment
keep
Day is a
going.
filler pay-per-view, so no
Hell,
matter
you could
no
have
matter who
Sami Zayn
wins,
interfere.
Yeah.
Because now they're fucking like irritated with each other.
like no matter who wins, the feuds can continue. Except for this one. This one needs to end after this match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this will end it. That's why if somehow Bray does appear, that'll solidify the end and
So-
obviously take our minds somewhere else.
Sure.
So if this is the last match of them, Seth winning.
It
like,
better be. This is their
yeah,
third one in a
it
row.
better be,
Yeah, so, like I said, I'm wrong with Cody Rhodes. I think he gets the clean sweep.
Just because he's the guy right now and he is
Yeah.
being pampered to be champion down the road, probably after the draft, because he's not going to be the one to pin Roman Reigns.
So yeah, there's really no point, Seth, if this is the last match. If we don't know if it is,
Hopefully it is, because again, it's the third one in a row.
but that's true.
Since WrestleMania. That was a few months ago.
WrestleMania Backlash.
And now, Hell in a Cell. That's my Vince impersonation.
That's a good one.
What do you all think?
Let's see. So all my odds
Oh,
are
dude,
on
they
Becky.
released a shit ton of
All my odds
new
are on
KO
Becky.
gear.
Oh,
Look,
Lord.
It was awesome.
same, not
That
different.
is cool.
KO knows.
It's pretty sweet. I'm gonna have to buy me a KO shirt. He's
I'm
my
going
he's
Cody.
he's a good guy.
I'm going Cody. Safe there. Because if this
And
is
Bray
the,
tweeted out again, patience. It's almost
if this
time.
is the last with them, there's no. I mean, Seth winning it means a lot, but I mean, Bray lost.
All right, so we all go with Cody.
Yep, I'm gonna go Cody.
I think we're going Cody.
Well, we do have, since we kind of breezed through this, we do have another pay-per-view this
Is it-
weekend. Saturday night.
In your house.
NXT
In your house.
in my house.
NXT in your house.
In your house.
Is Saturday night.
Oh, those picks will be kind of self-explanatory
So-
too. Pretty much.
Pretty good card.
It's gonna be kind of like this, baby.
You got Cameron Grimes versus
Nice.
Carmelo Hayes for the NXT North American Championship. Cameron Grimes won a hell of a match.
He did.
Adam Austin Frazier, I think, dude they just called up from NXT UK. It's actually a really good match. Pretty Deadly, which is another team from NXT
That's
UK that got called up against the Creed Brothers, which is part of Diamond Mine, which is headed by Roderick Strong for the NXT tag team titles. Roderick said if the Creed Brothers lose, they're kicked out of Diamond Mine.
Oh boy, yeah, he was very clear on that.
Braun Breaker versus Joe Gacy. So Joe Gacy's kind of like the Goodwill version Bray Wyatt.
Josh, I don't
He's
like
the evil
I
guy.
don't like him.
He kidnapped Rick Steiner.
Okay.
Put
Oh,
him
that
in-
guy.
He
Yeah,
put him in a
so-
cage and took his
he-
Hall of Fame ring too.
Yeah, he took his Hall of Fame ring. And
He burned it.
if Breaker gets disqualified, which has happened a few times when they fought, he loses the title belt. So he cannot be disqualified.
That's good.
You got Toxic Attraction,
Which is they've been
Mandy
killing
Rose.
Yep.
which is her group.
My favorite
It's
group,
against
yep.
Katana Chance, which used to be Katie
Joke
Catanzaro,
of a team. Just
and
saying.
Caden Carter, who is like the longest reigning, like the team that's going to NXT. Fucking
You
ever.
gotta wait till the next match. It's
That's
even
cool.
Then you
worse
got
than
Mandy
that.
Rose versus Wendy Chu.
A girl
for
that
the
dresses in pajamas.
NXT
Wow.
Women's Championship.
Dude, she knows how to dress, but pajamas are comfortable.
Damn shit, yeah. Dude, and
Linda Chu is
her
a child.
character's over as fuck too. Like,
That's awesome.
she's beloved.
Like Mandy said Tuesday,
Then
she
you
is a
got
child. She
The
is,
Battle of the Families.
oh Lord.
So you got
Here we
Tony D'Angelo, which is kind of their like Chicago guy, and
That's it.
Two Stacks, Channing Stacks Lorenzo and Troy Two Times Donovan, which are like his lackeys, against Legado del Fantasma, which Chuck probably remembers because they've been down in NXT for a while.
I know the name. Yeah. Oh, I just.
That'd be an interesting.
I just noticed like fuck, I should have moved that.
I was going to do that.
And then so Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wild with Electra Lopez. Now losing team has to join the winning team's
His
family and
yep.
do everything they
They
say.
tell
So
them to do.
we'll probably do the losing team. That kind of reminds me of when John Cena had to join Nexus back in the
Yeah,
You
day.
have to do
I
everything
think-
Wade Barrett told him to do. Yep.
If I was predicting this, I think Grimes retains. The Creed brothers
Mandy,
take the title
Toxic
belts.
Attraction wins.
I think Breaker keeps his belt. Toxic Attraction wins. Mandy keeps hers again. And I think D'Angelo, just because he's the baby face, and they're advertising this as the main event, which is weird because you
Damn.
think Breaker and Gacy would be the main event. Or Mandy Rose instead of the title matches. I think
Toxic Attraction.
Tony D'Angelo's been getting pushed out of his mind since he's been down there. I think they'd win. And that'll be
Who
entertaining
did
going
you have,
forward.
the Creed brothers or the other one?
The Creed brothers.
Okay.
The Creed brothers, I think, are going to be the biggest tag team.
They are so good.
They're going to be a top 3 tag team in WWE within a year.
That's
They are
cool.
good. They are good.
They're
They
fucking-
challenged the Usos.
I think they're ready to go.
I love it.
And the fucking Uso, the other Uso
Yeah.
that's down in NXT, they said he's like main
What's his
They
name?
said he
again?
just might go to the main roster.
Killing it.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Saley Solo. But
Saley
there you
Solo,
go.
yep.
His name will get changed when he gets
Sure.
Yep.
I really liked it when Sami Zayn called KO Us.
He did
On SmackDown
I forgot
last
to say
week?
that.
I didn't,
Cracked me up.
I didn't watch SmackDown. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
I missed this one.
I recommend watching that whole segment
No,
because it was
it's not.
hilarious.
You know they don't like you.
Sami Zayn called Kevin Owens Oos.
So,
KO's like, don't call
I
me.
saw the
Oos.
main event and I was like, oh, so Drew McIntyre is the fucking partner. Like that's kind
Really?
of
Sure,
Yeah.
we all figured that
And
out.
I was like,
Yeah.
That was no
That was easy.
coincidence.
So I'll check that out. But SmackDown was basically
Just watch the KO show segment. That's all you need to watch.
So let me see what's advertised for this week's SmackDown before we wrap up. We expect, what is this? The date?
Be 6-3.
It's already June already. It's crazy.
I know it is fucking crazy.
Mhm. Already.
Can't believe it's June.
All right. Sorry, I couldn't spell SmackDown correctly.
The Rock show SmackDown. I did see the Rock.
Madcap will be back.
Oh, that's fun. You all see the Rock's daughter is like in WWE now
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, she tweeted a picture of her.
Yeah.
Like teasing that she joined Judgment Day.
Oh,
Yeah,
And then
dude.
she messaged him back and said, "Let me know."
That's funny.
Just don't attack me
They are
first.
talking about
Right.
adding Ricochet versus Gunther for
Okay.
the U.S. title
Go
at Hell,
Gunther.
or sorry, for the Intercontinental title at Hell in a Cell.
Hopefully Gunther wins that one. No offense to
Sorry.
If
Ricochet.
Gunther gets added to that, he's win. I'm picking Gunther.
I'm
Same
thinking-
Z's.
And they're talking about
Me
Ronda
too.
Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez
I'd have
being
Ro-
added to
I'd have
Hell in a
Rousey.
Cell, which I'd pick Ronda Rousey.
They got over on
Rousey.
SmackDown last week, but I'm still going with Rousey.
Me too.
They're also talking about Riddle and Nakamura
Usos.
versus Usos being
It's
added, which I would
Usos.
also take the Usos. The only thing advertised is that Riddle and Nakamura will be there, and Madcap Moss is going to be making a return with probably a completely different look.
Good, because his suspenders, in my humble opinion, were
And
stupid.
he's too insanely happy. Like, drop it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on the Baron Corbin side of that whole
Me
thing.
too. You gotta be serious for once in your life. That silly nonsense ain't gonna get you nowhere.
And this will
Obviously.
push us to Money in the Bank, which is July
I
2nd.
can't wait for the picks for that one. That's gonna
Be good.
Anybody can win that one. That's what's
Yeah,
fun
well,
about that.
I'm interested to see who gets
Gets in it.
who's participants in that one. I assume Cody, since he's on the fucking bus,
Sure.
Yep.
on the poster again.
I don't even know who. How
Uh,
many's in it? Six. Or
six on
six
each.
of them.
Should be,
So Cody would
I
be
think
one.
6 per match.
Sounds right.
Cody would be one. I couldn't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
It used to be. I mean, it started out as 6. At one point, there was 8, but I feel like they went back down to 6.
I thought there was 8 as well.
I could see Cody,
But
Riddle,
they did go back down
Theory.
to 6.
I know at one point there was definitely
It'd be
8.
Cody, Theory, like somebody like Ali. You have to have like a lovable fucking person in
Riddle.
there.
Sure.
I mean, there's
Riddle
3. I
maybe,
mean, if you have
yeah.
6, you're gonna go 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's gonna be like Cody,
At one point there was 8, but I'm not sure. They may go
probably
back.
Lashley,
Probably.
Cody at Lashley, and like Theory. I think Theory's definitely gonna be.
You gotta
in
be
it.
in it. Yeah.
Then
Sure.
maybe a Riddle, and then
It's whoever's like big at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I mean,
who's healthy. If Orton's healthy, I think he could be in it, and this could start causing tension between him and Riddle.
be MVP.
Unless Riddle's the one that's fighting Roman Reigns at that pay per view, because
Yeah.
that's possible because they laid the groundwork for that.
Sure.
If Orton's not ready, because I think Orton's doing SummerSlam, so I think their plan was Riddle at Money in the Bank, Orton at SummerSlam,
Yep.
and then Drew at the
Yep.
Clash of the shit
Castle.
over in
The Castle.
Yeah,
Because Riddle did call.
and then Survivor Series, and then Day Ones, and then you're
Ish.
back at WrestleMania time where the Rock schedule's clear, and that's probably when we get more.
It's definitely The Rock versus Roman Reigns at
Riddle
WrestleMania.
just called Roman a tribal piece of trash this past week.
As he is. I agree with Riddle. I agree with Riddle.
He's
Yeah.
where Roman's going.
So this weekend.
How rude, Riddle.
So if I win again,
But you're not, because Yvonne's got this in the bag.
Bianca Belair, my homie, like
You're disgusting. You're homie.
I'm the EST
It's
of
always
RSH.
the women's matches that comes down to this.
And-
Well,
It
that's
seems
why
like.
you should do exactly what he did,
I think
and then
that-
cash in
I
that
think
money in
that,
the
like,
bank.
I might be the new wrestling insider for women here
No, you're not.
because
Yeah, okay.
I will be over 800 days and I won't defend my title again until August 23rd at SummerSlam.
That's
What?
too young. That's too
What?
long, Yvonne.
Well, if,
Too
So-
long.
Becky.
If not, I'll see Chuck at Money in the Bank.
Becky,
Regardless, I'm gonna see Chuck at Money in the
It
Bank.
doesn't matter if you didn't win the bank. You didn't win it this year. You had a whole year.
Yeah, I know.
Becky, like said, like your husband's going to come up short against Cody Rhodes. You will as well this week. And no, it's the best part. If Asuka wins, I win. I just need.
That's why Yvonne.
I just need Becky Lynch to not win.
You still have time to change your picks to make your picks identical to Josh's picks. I'm just telling you how to win a
Becky
championship. I'm just telling you.
Bobby Lashley.
Trying to help.
Recap. We all got Theory. We all got Ezekiel. I'm actually excited for this match.
That'd be fun.
And it pisses me off that I don't know how to spell Ezekiel half the time.
I don't either. Nobody does.
Judgment Day. Lashley pinning MVP.
I still misspelled Omos. I put an
Yvonne
A in
got
there for some
Becky
reason.
Lynch. Me and Chuck have Bianca. Then we all have Cody, and we all praying to fucking God somehow the Fiend appears at this pay-per-view
That'd be
to
sweet.
give it a nice shock factor at the end.
Yeah.
However, I liked your idea of him just taking Cody at Money in the Bank because that match could still continue if somebody else wins.
Yep.
I would like that as
But in
well.
a perfect world, that would work. That would happen, and it obviously would work. But God, I'm so fucking impatient, and like I'm ready for this fucker to be back. I don't want to wait another month.
I was
I
bummed when he
don't
was
either.
fired. I mean, he's such a
dude,
good talent.
Yeah, like it was fucking horrible. I woke up with like 30 texts, like they fired Bray. I'm like, you guys are fucking funny.
Like what the
Oh
fuck?
shit! But now he's coming back.
As long as
and
he's back, I'll be happy.
As long as he don't appear on Dynamite, I feel a
Yeah,
lot better. But
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think he's going to
I
AEW.
don't
There's no room for him in Dynamite. There's too much talent there
I
already.
agree.
Well, I think he needs to worry about keeping like his current stars happy before he adds any more people right now. I just think that would be like a smart thing to do. But I also think a smart thing to do would be to cuss at your fucking reporters and say "God damn" and "motherfuck" so many damn times.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
and he needs to get a haircut. I'm just saying.
And
Yeah.
how released WWE superstar is confirmed at shit. He's confirmed at Dynamite. Johnny Elite, fresh off his big match off
Oh,
AEW
geez.
Dark,
Here we go.
will be at Dynamite tonight.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's somebody he just
Johnny
can't
Elite
connect.
has signed an open contract to fight anyone in AEW live tonight.
And actually win
Wardlow
a match.
I'll watch it.
will fight JD Drake,
Win a match.
Darby
Really
Allin,
Drake is.
Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus,
Jungle
Matt Hardy, and
Boy.
Can't
Christian
stand that shit.
will fight Hikulu, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Chuck's favorite, the Young Bucks.
Who's a Kulu?
John Moxley faces Daniel Garcia. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter will battle Ruby Soho and Tony Storm.
Ruby, Ruby,
MJF.
Soho.
Will speak tonight as
How the
well.
heck did you say that Kulu? What the
And if Chuck wasn't happy enough, Lana is apparently
Oh, God, yeah.
in-house right now.
She is the worst. Dude, seriously, she cried 3 times on Jericho's podcast. Shut the up. Just shush.
Shut up.
And I remember the whole angle where like she was on a tag team on WWE and they wouldn't let her tag in. I just want to wrestle, and they wouldn't let her tag in. They threw her through
Mhm.
tables, and she was like, "That's what's me in real life. I just wanted to wrestle." Well, you can't wrestle because you weigh 3 pounds and you have no talent.
Adam Cole and Jeff Hardy were both pulled from that. That's supposed to be a 10-man tag. So Jeff, because whatever's going on with him,
Drugs.
and Adam Cole.
It's always drugs.
Adam Cole apparently got pretty banged up at Double or Nothing.
That happens.
Or whatever the fuck the pay-per-view is called.
Sure.
So he's been pulled out of that as well.
Yeah.
There's also a report that Jericho's expected to speak after his team won. And that's pretty much it for Dynamite tonight.
That's a loaded episode.
I will pay attention to strictly only what MJF has to say.
I don't have TBS, so I'm not going to be watching.
I will get on Twitter as soon
But
as I get
sorry.
home. I am starting episode 6 of Stranger Things because episode 6 is an hour and 8 minutes.
They're all long,
episode
aren't they?
7 is 2 hours because it's the finale.
Nice.
And
This
they
is the last season,
They
right?
just visited Billy's grave.
No,
Some
hey,
crazy shit
shush,
happened.
shush,
It's not a
shush.
spoiler.
No spoilers.
Shit's crazy.
Shush.
And shut up, you don't even fucking watch it. You sit
No,
there
I
and
did-
stare at your phone.
I'll be caught up by next
I'm
week.
sitting there
I
hiding
like-
under the blanket, like
I
freaking
don't
out.
like that stuff.
I watched all of season 1 yesterday, and then I'm going to watch all of season 2
See,
tomorrow.
I just watched like the last 3 episodes of 3
Nice.
because
I'm just saying, shush.
Yeah.
Chat gave whatever.
That's fair.
fucking Russians are
I need-
everywhere.
I
It's
need
fucking
his shirt.
crazy.
I got you.
Like, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
Hopper's
The
alive.
last thing I knew
Oh
that
my
they
God.
did give that away, and it pissed me off. Like, let that fucking hang over our
Oh,
heads
dude,
for
just
2
wait
years.
till you see that shit.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, I know he's bald because in the fucking picture on
He's
Netflix,
bald.
he's bald.
oh, dude, and they introduced some new characters that are fucking cool too.
Yeah,
Like, it's
no spoilers.
the darkest season so far.
It's the
I will
finale.
finish
No,
it
it's the
tonight.
finale. This is it. This is like the last season ever. This is the series finale. Season 4
So
is.
there's 5.
I thought there was 4.
God damn it.
So I heard. I heard this was it. If there is 5, well,
Who's
whatever.
your guys' favorite character on that show? On the show, you guys.
Oh, I don't have a favorite
I
character.
do. It's Dustin.
That's the kid with the teeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. He is pretty awesome. I hate the kid from Ghostbusters now because he just looks like a douche. He's all
Well, if you type in how many seasons, Stranger Things is the first thing that pops up.
Of course.
nice.
It
5.
is.
Oh, that's right. There's one more then.
It says
I heard this was the
Wow.
finale.
expected release
You're on
date. All
Cosmo.
right, so real quick, even though it's not wrestling,
Oh, we all still care.
ahead of season
We're
4,
all Stranger Thing fans. Except for
ahead of,
Yvonne for some
all right,
reason.
so ahead of season
Well, I've
4's
never got
release,
into it. Never mind.
the the fuck's those brothers' names called that fucking
Like
did this?
the not the Russo brothers.
The Duffer brothers.
The Duffer brothers.
The Duffer brothers said it, and quote, 7 years ago, we planned out the complete story arc of Stranger Things. At the time we predicted the story would last 4 to 5 seasons. It proved to be too large to tell in 4. But as soon as you see for yourselves, once you finish season 4, we have huge things planned for season 5. Season
Fair
5
enough.
will be the last. Netflix has also appeared to hint at the show's final season with an upside down sign reading, every ending has a beginning.
Well, hopefully they don't wait another 3 years to release the next
Well,
season.
hopefully COVID stays away because it's
Well,
supposed to be released like fucking 2021.
Even that being said, season 2 was like 2 years after, and season 3 was like 2 years after. It's like COVID obviously threw a wrench in it, but even season 2 was too long.
All right, so
Season 3 was too long.
they are aiming to release this in the middle of 2023.
Season 5? Deal. All right, I accept that.
The cast confirmed are 11, Michael, Will, Nancy, Max, Lucas.
I don't hear any more because I don't want to know about deaths or anything. No more. No more spoilers.
Look, they didn't even say Hopper. Steve, Erica, and Joyce. That's all the people confirmed for season 5.
Fair enough.
That's it.
I'm excited. It's such a great
So,
show. You need to watch
it's
it.
a very
You
good
like
show.
horror movies?
She's watched the finale of 3 when fucking Billy died in the mall.
You need to
That
watch
was pretty
season 3.
intense.
You need to watch from the beginning.
You just need to fucking watch
Yeah.
these last 2. I think she like, because I was like, oh shit, that's this person. Oh shit.
I
She's like,
know
why are you
that.
cussing so much? Shit.
I asked where Joyce was.
Dude, it was so
such a
I
good
asked
show.
where
She watched season 1
I
because
did.
I got my grandma to watch
And
it.
you didn't want to watch more? What is
Season-
wrong with you?
I don't know. It was great.
Such a good
Season
show.
4 has
That-
been amazing. So fuck Dynamite. No offense. I am watching Stranger
Oh,
Things
it's
tonight
better.
and finishing that.
I
tonight.
watched Stranger Things before any wrestling show. No
I
offense.
got nachos. I'm eating those, and
Oh,
I'm watching
yeah.
Stranger Things.
That's how you do it.
And
We've been
hopefully
watching
have a
it.
really fucking good wrestling weekend because you got In Your House Saturday night, and Hell in a Cell Sunday night, then Raw Monday night, and maybe a fucking Bray Wyatt deciding would be fucking.
That would
amazing.
be.
And
Yeah.
the telling thing for me is that he's using the Fiend's face in all his
Sure.
pictures.
That's
Yeah.
a big deal.
If he was going to AEW, he's not allowed to.
Yeah,
use
he doesn't
that.
own it. Yep.
I would
Absolutely.
love to see him do that because he could get fucking sued. But I love Bray, so Bray, don't do that.
He would do better than that.
You have a kid, bro. Save your money.
Yeah. And a wife. Didn't they got married, didn't they?
Yeah, they have a kid. Yep.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, all right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope you all enjoying Stranger Things as well. I'll be completely caught up by next week. I'm sure. I
You're gonna
promise.
watch all of that. You're gonna watch 3 seasons worth.
Oh, easily, dude. I work from home, and so does
That's
Anae.
fair,
So we've
just
been binging
binge.
it. Yeah, we watched all of season 1.
It's ballsy. You guys decided to just binge all of it over.
Well, I'm because we're binging.
Because honestly, you probably only need season 3.
Oh,
I only went like
Not about
halfway
that.
through it.
It's not about that. It's about enjoying the show again. So I've seen season 1 multiple times. I've only seen season 2 and 3 once. So we're gonna watch
Well, I've noticed
it all while we work, and then watch season 4 without working, so I can pay attention.
Well,
to
I've
it.
noticed since I've joined the dark side
Sure.
that my like enjoying shit has went completely down the shitter. Like
Yeah.
I don't enjoy anything. I'm just bitter all the time. I'm yelling at people. I'm threatening people. My soul's black.
That
Like
happens.
this is my like when I dye my hair, it's like this is my last attempt to like reinvent myself. So like I'll come on sometimes with blonde hair,
Hey, man.
sometimes with black.
Get Eminem that shit.
Dude, I've been called that so many times. I got went to karaoke over the weekend, or actually over my birthday, because I dyed it the day before or the Friday before my birthday.
Nice.
And I get requests all the time, like, "Hey, will you go sing Love the Way You Lie? Will you go sing I'm Not Afraid? Will you go
Do
sing?"
you do it?
I sung all of that.
Nice.
Cleaning out my closet. Like
Nice.
without me, I was like, no, I can't freestyle like that.
Without
But,
me.
it seems easy when you're listening in the car, but
Sure.
when you get up there, it's like,
It's
no.
fast.
And then
It's
like
fast.
Stan, I
Yes.
tried once, but it's like a fucking 7-minute song.
Yeah,
And it's a little bit faster than you think too.
Yeah. Do
But-
without me. Without me.
Without me's like my goal to go
You-
do. I did cleaning out my closet. My friend Victoria and me do Love the Way You Like Shaduriana.
That's a classic. Yeah, that's a
And
good one.
then they want me to do I'm Not Afraid because that was his first
On-
official song with
from-
black hair when he
From the
came
recovery-
back.
from the recovery
But
album.
I don't
Yep.
really want to because I'm
That's
not
not
a
a
big
good song.
fan of that
Yeah,
song.
I'm with you.
But yeah, that's the comparison I get because I posted it on social media like Eminem and me.
Hell yeah.
You never seen us in the same room. Coincidence? Who knows? But yeah, I get that comparison a lot. But
No, enough afraid. That's good.
so far, so good. It came out a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it looks
I was
good.
very nervous.
Looks good in my opinion. I dig it.
Wait until I shave or get a haircut, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
he's got that
who
back.
wants to dye my hair?
He's got
again?
that back.
So like my whole every month and a half having to re-dye it would be fun, but
Yeah, what ifs.
whatever.
It looks good. All right, guys, that is it. Hope you all enjoyed it. And again, if you don't, fuck you. It's been an hour. So join us next week.
Being honest.
We cuss it crazy for wrestling.
We do.
The group. You tell them to fuck
We're
off.
wrestling
I call
fans, is what
Tony
we
Khan a
do.
jackass.
We're We're just honest.
Next week, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right, fresh off Hell in a Cell. Join us here.
Does the RSA does the title stay with me? So I
You will
get to-
see Yvonne holding that championship belt, finally cashing in her Money in the Bank before the 2022 Money in the Bank. Until next time,
Becky.
continue
Come on, Becky.
to fear regularly scheduled hostilities.